Okay, here we go. Elder Krakens. Who do I think is the best trapper? Probably Griffin, arguably. Only because the game is all about permanent, like trading health for strikes. And so let's say a monster gets domed. A monster can only lose a certain percentage of health. Let's just say it's 20%. I know it's not. It's like it changes on each stage. But I'm just going to say 20% because that makes it nice and easy. So, if you do 20% damage to the monster, the dome comes down and the monster gets away. Now, if you do any additional damage between one dome and the other, then that is a huge bonus for you. If you can do even just 5 or 10% damage extra between domes, that's going to be like 1 or 2 domes less that you need overall to win the game. So, I definitely think that the chase and chip damage is a lot stronger than people think, and that's why Griffin is really good. Plus, Griffin's a really solid hunter in general. All the hunters all grouped up here. The monster could go back and double back, and he could probably down the medic. So once it became obvious that the monster wasn't coming through here, then they're... So now they're all trying to figure out what to do. Really bad split here, because the monster, in theory, could get out through here, and it's only by bad luck, by going into the caves, that the monster is going to be able to get domed here. Abe's alright, but Stasis isn't as bad for the most part. The problem with Abe, though, is like his tracking dart against good players isn't needed, which means you're only getting him for the stasis and the damage. If you're going for the stasis and the damage, you might as well take Crow instead of Abe, because the dart isn't really that important. I do like that they're holding the dome. Really good job here. Misses the lightning strike. I would just go out and force them to dome me, and then work with what you got. And there's the first dome. Rogue Valve is hanging outside. Monster should absolutely capitalize on this right now. So Assault's doing good damage here. Monster is going to take some permanent health. Probably going to get a strike or two, hopefully, pretty soon. Nope. Everyone's all grouped up together, but the monster's not focusing well enough. You definitely have to pick one target and stay on them. The Elder Kraken was bouncing around too much. Now he needs to get out of there as soon as possible. And see, look at all the extra health damage being done, even though the dome is down. That's why doing damage after a dome comes down is so important, and that's why Griffin is so good, because that amount of damage, you're going to be doing the 20% damage most likely, or the monster is winning anyway. So it's all about doing the extra little bit of damage that adds up. See, I disagree. Kraken has like some of the best traversals in the game. Stasis never bothers me as a Gorgon, ever. Like, it affects Goliath a little bit, and then it affects Kraken. And, of course, Behemoth, but, I mean, Behemoth's Behemoth. But Gorgon, it doesn't really affect. Out of all the monsters, in fact, Stasis is probably, like, not really significant. So here we go, across the map. Still not ready to evolve, and most likely going to get domed again at stage 1. Or, if the monster doesn't get domed at stage 1, is going to get domed shortly after getting to stage 2. So here's 5 meat. Will it be enough to evolve?
Dome ready.
One more meat. Eat one more meat. There you go. There we go. Evolve. I would probably have just taken the evolve, to be honest. Right under this bridge to avoid the orbital laser. You're eating and you're full. You have full energy. Oh, yeah. There you go. I would have liked to have seen this a little bit earlier, just because now they're in a better position. The orbital... No, the orbital's not going to do anything. No Banshee missile over stage 1. Interesting. Yeah, force the dome to come down. So this is a pretty decent dome. Monster should be able to get some people down now. Just remember to focus on one target. Stay away from the orbital. Yeah, see, so the big thing I would practice, Devil, is working on your combo abilities and landing your abilities. Right now, you're missing a few key abilities, and that's really making you take a ton of extra damage. So I'd go ahead and get ready to leave, because you're about to get the dome down. You're not going to get a strike. Save up your traversals, and then go. Big overcommitment. See all this extra damage, anything from under here. So that is an entire extra bar of health of damage. Because you didn't get out of there. Bar and a half. And so that is where games are made or broken for the most part, especially at high levels, is that chase. You have to break line of sight and get away as soon as possible. Otherwise, that extra bar and a half, he lost about 3.5 bars, give or take, just from running away from dome engagements. I don't think what's it called? Paladin Parnell's that great. I mean, he's okay, but he's just like Rogue Val. I think too many people try and focus him. He's pretty easy to counter. Like, he's similar to kind of treating him like Bucket, or Rogue Val. Force him to pop his Righteous Fury, go away for a little bit, and then just go in, because without Righteous Fury, he can't keep himself up or somebody else. And he really struggles from healing himself and somebody else. Like, if you can get him and somebody else in the corner, one of them's going to die because his heal burst heals him and rockets heal only other people, so you can't keep both people alive. And there is the dome. So this is going to be GG for the monster. GG. Okay, so the biggest thing for the monster is just make sure that you're consistent with your feeding route. If you realize that you have an opportunity to get away from the hunters, go ahead and use it, because that forces them to throw a dome, or you might just get away and then you get a free evolution out of it. And so just be careful of that and mindful. Another thing is, the biggest thing is, if you're in combat, you need to focus the same person, and you just need to get practice with using your abilities. There are a couple of abilities that missed, and you kind of bounced around your abilities a bit too much. And Rogue Val is very good about healing AoE damage, but when you focus someone, she really struggles. So just make sure you pick a target and then you commit. Also, when you know that the dome is about to come down, try to get near the edges. You lost about 3.5 bars of health just to get out of line of sight after 2 domes, and that's actually almost like half your health. That's quite a lot. So just be careful that if you don't think you're going to get a strike on anyone and the dome's about to come down, just go to the edge of the dome, wait for it to come down, save up your traversals, and then just break line of sight and go away as much as possible. So that way you're only losing the minimal amount of health in each single dome. Otherwise, really good job. You probably could have done a bit more punishment on the hunters, because they were really grouped up, especially in that first dome. But again, just remember to focus on one person and focus them down hard.